in India, there are two terminology: people below poverty line and people above poverty line. So people below poverty line, they all are subject to certain free access to ration, which is a number of kgs of wheat or number of kgs of rice or number of kgs of sugar and so on and so forth. And some of them are on subsidized cost and some of them are free. Now, this free access to ration is one of the biggest entitlement of the country, which is also part of the right to food. Now, to make it convenient for everyone to be delivered, they linked it into various kind of identity in the past, actually making a registration card for access to your food itself an identity that is used many a times. Your house address is another identity it is used. Your birthday certificate is another identity. So there's so many identity. Over and above that, Aadhaar identity card became, which is not a mandatory identity card, but yet since it reached a maximum number of people, government decided that why don't we link it to the people. So now actually the database can recognize your thumb digitally. Earlier the thumb impression was just a sign of signature, but not a sign of identification, right? Photo was the sign of identification. Incidentally, Aadhaar very clearly says that this is not the mandatory identification number. Neither does it say that you have to be mandatory to take for you. It's not mandatory. But yet, to make most of the deliverables to the people, most of the service providers like banking, like health services, like right to food, like right to information, right to education, they started adopting Aadhaar as a main database to link it to their database for delivery. So in one case, you can say that with all good intention, they wanted to deliver maximum number of people their welfare scheme. But it started turning out that your technology and database and identity and the mix and matching and the synchronization is never 100% correct. Here you can blame AI, here you can blame bureaucracy, that many times your biometric doesn't match and the person says that go away, I won't give you food because it's a power game, rather than saying that okay, no problem, you can show me your photo ID or something like that. But it started being used as a tool for exploitation, for data injustice, for human rights violations, for surveillance, for various kind of things. So all those violations and injustices are less based on technology, but more based on intentions, and the power. So I don't think we can only blame the data or blame the technology or blame the database, but we can certainly blame the intention. And I'll give you another example of, there is this state government called Telangana in India. They started making policy and artificial intelligence policy, and they started mixing 19 databases to mix and match only in the name of delivering the good welfare scheme to the maximum number of people. But their AI was not 100% accurate. According to them, it was 78% accurate. And as a matter of result, they declared about 100,000 people or few 100,000 people vanished or, dead, although they all were alive. And it was a database mistake. And they said that, okay, I think the AI is not properly developed and we need to improvise. But the point is that here, the use of the same data that has been collected, which can get into another question, is that do we have enough literacy of data justice among the people, that if I have taken your data saying that it is for the land rights, am I eligible to use the same data for food rights? Or for that matter, something else? And even if I am not decided, can I use this data later by asking another question, coming back to you that we have your identity, we have your data. but can we use it for a new purpose that the government is planning? So all these policies around datafication, data justice, and data injustice is about developing a policy in such a way that the information that you already consist of and you have it, that how you are going to use it, whether you are asking to the people or not. So yes, in a country like India, where the literacy and the education about how the information can be used is quite tricky, also because we are a patriarchal country, we are a welfare state, we have a serious unequal society, or unequal society, and therefore every data, every information that we collect is subject to the intention that we have.